Hi everyone and welcome back to World of Mike. Today we've got issue number 44 of Build the Legendary Dodge Charger RT, and this is quite a lovely one because if we skip right way to here, we're going to be doing the assembly of the battery holder, and you will need this section here that we did from a previous issue because we're going to be putting the battery holder into that bay there, fitting the switch in, and then we should have something that looks like that with the battery cover case all screwed in. So it's pretty straightforward what you need to do. So what you will need is you will need this section here that we did from the last issue, and you would also need this little section here which is the battery cover. So I'm just going to put that to one side. These are the parts, so as you can see this is the parts that we get, so I'm just going to put that there, and what's going to happen is we'll get into here, and when I saw this I was like, yeah, that looks pretty good, and I'm so happy I can get this one done. So as you know, we've got a massive gap with this at the moment, but I'm not a lover of these thin cables. Personally, I think they should be a lot bigger than that, but yeah, it is what it is. EP and GP screws with what looks to be some sort of little clip thing. I think that's a wire holder, and then we've got a nut and an FP, so we've got that, and this is the main components. So obviously that is our little switch there. So first things first, what it wants us to do is to basically unravel this. Why they have tightened this up I don't know, because don't like these thin cables. They're very cheaply made. That is a bad way of tying. Personally, I wouldn't tie this up because that can break the wire inside. So yeah, okay, so that's what we're looking with, something like that. Okay, and we're going to be getting our battery cover bay that we did, and as you can see, I'm going to move that down as best as I can. You can see that we've got 4 holes going around the side here, and what's going to happen is you want to face the battery section downwards, but with this little round section towards that little groove. You can see you've got 4 locating pegs either side, and that's going to sit over the top like so, and going to be secured in with FP screws. So yeah, lovely. Just going to get the FPs. So yeah, this build is a lot of hit and miss at the moment, so normally I would hold off, you know, doing it until I've got the missing issue, but the longer we hold it, the more backlog it stacks. You know, the more backlog of issues get piled up, so when we get an opportunity to fit one, great. Now I've had a look at 45. 45 is a speaker, so unfortunately we can't do that. I will go into detail a little bit later on in the show. See, that is a very weak solder. Not the best of soldering, but okay, so that's that one. And then we're going to do exactly the same with that one there. Whoops. Okay, so that's that one. What we're then going to do is obviously making sure that we've got this. This looks like an extender to me. They've actually extended the cable a bit, but what we're going to do is we're going to put the switch, you see, through that little hole down there, but you want it so that it's, the switch is holding on to the 2 little posts. Okay, so that's in there. What we need to do with that, they're going to go in with EP screws. Just going to get the EP. So yeah, with this sort of build, you've just got to wait until I can get an issue where I can do something on it. Okay, and that's going in lovely. that's one. And we've got to put another screw just down there. And that's two. So as you can see, oh, it's missed it, look. Okay, let me just sort that out. You roughly know when a screw's been missed because you can hear it like moving. Okay, we'll have to take this out. Because we need that in the right position. Sorry for the big sigh there, it's crept up with hot weather again and it's unbearable at the moment. So I'm not going to do that as too tight because the problem we have is that one was a little bit warped. So I'm just going to fix that up now. Which will go down there. Okay, lovely. Just double check that one. Yeah, so as you can see, that's all in there like so. Okay, so it doesn't look like it wants us to use this black clip. This is obviously going to be used in a different consignment. But what we are going to do, I would suggest keeping the wire like that. And then what I would suggest is getting some masking tape and then just holding that down in the bay, because obviously from here, as you can see, it's just dangling out, so that will keep it all in very nicely. And then over the top there's your battery compartment. So all we now need to do is put that across there, and then that goes into there, which is a bit of an unusual contraption because you can see that it's got that with a screw. It doesn't also look like, oh sorry, we've missed a bit here. Right, okay, we do use this. This is way back in step 44.2. Okay, that explains it. That's fine, we can do that. So basically we put the nut through there. I thought, why didn't we use it, you know? So let me just sort this out. Okay, so the nut's in there, and then we've got to put some GP screws. This is basically going to be holding the nut in, and yeah, you want it so that this sticky out part is facing the other side. You've got two screw holes here. So these are with GP screws, and gee whiz, these are small. God, my tablet ain't stopped pinging yet. Do you ever get that, like you always get constant emails and it's like, leave me alone for God's sake. Okay, so that's one, and then we're just going to put another one. Just going to give that a gentle, I think that's warped slightly, but we'll soon find out. Okay, that's two. I think I was a little bit heavy-handed, it's just snapped it slightly, but it will still hold in. But basically that's what you're looking like. What I don't understand is why we've got a washer on the end of this, because the problem we've got here is that's not gonna, I think that's supposed to go up a little bit more. Just gonna give it a little persuasion. Way to do it is if you hold that little washer thing and screw it, can you see it moving? And then what that allows us to do is just put that into there, and then what we can do is screw that down, if it will let us. Oops. And there we go. So yeah, for some reason that did slip a bit, but yeah, my advice to you, it's really lovely. We'll test the switch. Yeah, it's moving lovely. Always test that in case it's not moving. But yeah, as I said, what I would say is just get some masking tape and just, you know, tape it to this little base section. But that is issue number 44 done. So I'm just going to get issue 45 and I'll explain what the situation is. Okay, so just bear with me. So at the moment, as I said, I know I've said that I want to keep wait till the missing issue, but that isn't working because it's just getting higher and higher and higher in backlog. So where we've got an opportunity like this to get something done, I'd rather get it done. This is issue 45, and I've had a look at this because it's one of them builds where I've got to look at every issue to establish whether we can do some. And in here, we've actually got the fuel tank and the speaker, and it's all very well doing this section. We can do all of this, but the problem is when we hit that, and we then get a speaker which fits into the chassis, and then it looks like that. So it's all very well doing that, but we haven't got that. And rather than do a part 1 and a part 2, I'd rather wait until we get that part done. So it is a shame, but you know, we will approach that as soon as possible. So this is what the bay looks like. See, this is the speaker, very high tech actually, looks lovely, very high quality by the looks of it. But this little black tank thing, that's going to basically sit over the top of there. So that's part of the fuel tank, which makes no sense because it's got a battery cover in it. It's got the batteries in it, so it's technically not a fuel tank because you've put a battery compartment in there, but that will basically sit onto the top and encase that up. As I said, I'm very tempted to do that now, but I'd rather wait until we can do it all into one. But anyway, so that is where we are. So hopefully we'll get another issue where we can do it very soon. But until then, please remember to like, share and subscribe. If you do want to get this for yourself, head over to fanhome.com and you can get this lovely build for yourself. That's issue 44, a Build the Dodge Charger. Take care, guys.